I woke up feeling like the gum stuck to the bottom of someone's shoe. It had been another restless night, trying not to think of LA Noire. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are doing the advice cases. Last time was the setup. This time is going to be the second DLC case for this game. For this advice desk. So, apologies. This one was actually a pre-order bonus just for pre-ordering from EB Games or GameStop, I believe. And that's always a horrible thing, but let's play it.
.187 at 5810 Murata Avenue. Homicide wants you over there. The coroner thinks the broad was whacked using the army morphine. Don't say anything, Roy. Just get over there.
Well, that was quite something. They're being extra snippy with each other today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the map didn't fully load in before the cutscene started. Whoops.
What's with that getup of yours anyway? I should start introducing us as Detective Earl, and this is my science teacher, Mr. Phelps.
Your interest in my appearance is starting to get me worrying.
Like it or not, we're a dysfunctional couple now. People judge me with you on my arm the same way they would a fat broad with a 5 o'clock shadow.
I really hope you're joking, Roy.
That was a wonderful analogy too, Rory. Thank you for that. So, while this is a DLC case, this is also, by my recollection, one of the really longer cases in the game as well. So, they really wanted to give you something extra special with that pre-order bonus, I guess.
Seem distracted. We recovered the morphine. Some of it might be unaccounted for, so what? That's life. We did our job.
Closing one case opens another.
Do you have any idea what is really going on while we're wasting our time following this stuff?
Are you going to tell me?
The deals being done right now will change the face of LA forever, and we're wasting our time on some hump.
Someone's little girl.
Visit the morgue at the end of the month when the John and Jane Does are cremated. Their percentages. The odds for and against lightning striking.
Well then, that's a. I can kind of see what he's saying though. There are like you can have the murder desk, the homicide desk deal with it, I guess, or I guess maybe he's just saying don't investigate it at all. However, I think Royal will be in a unique position to deal with the mobsters and stuff, seeing as how he's buddy-buddy with most of them. So maybe he should be dealing with that, and somebody else should be doing this case. So maybe he has a point. Also, the plot and name of this case is directly taken from a movie called The Naked City, of course.
Second floor, apartment 6, in the back.
Thanks.
I don't know what it is with this at the advice desk in particular, where it takes its plot and case names from movies. Maybe by the time they got to the advice case desk, they were starting to run out of ideas. I don't know. In any case, that's how it happened.
Bukowski, you made homicide.
That I did. Good to see you, Phelps.
You two want a hug? Or can we get on with it?
Relax, Rusty.
26 years old, fashion model. Found in the tub by the cleaning lady, Mrs. Reynoldson. She called it in.
We heard Carruthers thinks...
Carruthers likes to make work for people. Overdose of sleeping pills. Falls asleep in the tub. Rest in peace. Case closed.
Here, here. Mal is 100% that it's murder.
Do you mind if I take a look around?
Sure. Go right ahead.
I like it when Rusty is going through his whole spiel about how simple the case is and how he can just always walk away and go get a beer or something. That Bukowski's like points at him and has a look on his face like, can you believe this guy? Like, really? Like, you know how he is, right? Yeah, we know exactly how he is,
This is all
Bukowski.
top end of town stuff. Gives us somewhere to look.
And yeah, it's nice to see the old partners once again. It's also funny to think of Bukowski being stuck with Rusty.
In a modeling assignment. It's a place to start.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. What was going on there?
Beautiful girl. Clothes certainly aren't from the Sears catalog.
Well, nope, none of that. Just the middle picture was the only one that had anything we needed to know. This girl is really full of herself, too. Her whole house is just full of pictures of her. I don't think the ladle has got anything to do with the case. Oh. Rolling pin in the wooden fork probably also has nothing to do with it. Let's go ahead and go in the back like we probably supposed to. Ah, here we are.
Phelps?
Mal, we've had a look around. Rusty thinks it's a waste of time. What's your theory?
Come on, Mal. Tell us why we were dragged down here.
If the victim was alive when she entered the tub, water would have entered her lungs. The water is violently churned in the windpipe as she drowns. The result is that a lot of foam is generated. This foam is found at the mouth and nostrils in almost all cases of real drowning. Notice anything about our Vic?
May I took a look?
Be my guest.
Well, I think Carruthers
Take a
would
closer
know his
look at her
stuff.
head and neck.
Her neck is bruised pretty badly.
Yeah, Carruthers knows his stuff, so maybe we should believe him over Rusty, who does about anything he can to get out of work.
Bruising on the forearms, and these look like bite marks.
Very good.
Maybe she was attacked by a rabid otter in the bathtub. I don't know.
Very unusual ring.
I could be wrong, but it looks like a black sapphire. The eyes are a classic sign of morphine, and the bruises tell their own story. I think one man held her down and another held her arm and injected her. They put her in the bath to try to cover it as a drowning.
And spread a trail of barbiturates.
Take a look around outside on your way out and see if you can find the syrettes. It would make my theory.
And morphine would have been very quick, and there wouldn't have been much of a struggle.
Okay, so find two guys who recently bought syrettes and weren't junkies, and you might be onto something.
So we definitely have something to look at.
I don't think so.
Are you sure, Cole?
Julie was.
I wonder if we need to.
Maybe she was having trouble with some boys, huh? Maybe she got her heart broken. Couldn't take it anymore. So she ran herself a bath and down some pills, and then she just drifted off.
I don't know. Miss Julie, she always had so much fire. So much drive. I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear.
There. It's okay.
I do not recall that ever happening before. That's interesting. Apparently he conducts his own little mini investigation before we get there. This is an interesting jacket.
Smoking jacket. I don't know anyone under 45 who would wear one.
Yeah, they're a bit of a older guy type of thing, I suppose.
Looks like barbiturates.
I guess it's his job to know what they look like off the cuff, but that's unusual. They're kind of like labelless white pills. You just know what they are.
Barbiturates. What else is rattling around in this thing?
I don't know. Let's investigate.
We should speak to a doctor. Prescribing both drugs would make her life a roller coaster.
Yeah, so apparently she's on the barbiturates that are uppers, and then she's got the benzid. Are they uppers? I forget. One of those is an upper, one of those is a downer. I can't remember which is which. But I don't know how much you guys know about drug use. However, taking an upper and a downer at the same time, it causes some serious health issues.
I'm Detective Phelps. I'm here to try and help Julia. Do you mind answering some questions?
Virginia Reynoldson, I'm just so shocked. I feel like there's something I should be doing, someone I should call.
We can make those calls, ma'am. Who needs to be notified?
That's just it. I don't know. Miss Julie doesn't have any family in town. Someone has to set her affairs in order. Mr. Henderson, maybe? Who else is there? I don't know.
If you give the details to the other detectives, ma'am, they can try and get in contact.
Yep, we're just here to accuse everyone of crimes.
Was Miss Randall depressed about something? Upset?
No more than normal.
Yeah. See, this little lady, she has nice intentions. She's trying to cover up for their victim. However, it's not helpful to a criminal case to do that.
What are you hiding here, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia was obviously disturbed about something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was taking these. Okay, so the barbiturates are downers, and the benzedrine is an upper because it's an amphetamine, of course. There you go. Mystery solved, everyone.
She was taking barbiturates. She couldn't sleep. You must have seen them in her room.
You've seen the pill box, the things she hid in there. I don't know how she supported herself. Always new clothes and jewelry. She lived like a movie star. A princess. Does modeling really pay that well?
Certain kinds of modeling can. Also, it helps if you are a very attractive person and you latch yourself onto a rich person. That helps.
Did Miss Randall have many friends visit?
I'm not sure. I only come around twice a week.
She knows more than she's letting on.
Why are you lying to me, Mrs. Reynoldson? Julia had men stay here.
I will not speak ill of the dead. You can't prove that.
Some guy left his clothes here, so...
Who owns the smoking jacket?
I wouldn't like to tell tales, you understand. That's Mr. Henderson's. An older man, very distinguished looking. He seemed very much in love with her.
Where would we find him?
I'm sorry, I don't know. He said he lives in San Francisco.
Well, that's not much to go on. Thanks, anyway.
What was it like working for Miss Randall?
Perfectly fine, officer.
That seemed a little too forced and quick and dismissive, so we'll just doubt that.
Mrs. Reynoldson, it seems like there's something you want to tell me.
She was very high-strung. Lovely one moment and screaming at you the next. She wanted it all, and she wanted it damn quick. Of course, being so beautiful, it seemed like she was going to get it. Not the way it's turned out, though, is it?
Thanks, Mrs. Reynoldson. You've been very helpful. One of the other detectives will take your statement, and then you can go home.
And with that, we have all we need here. And we... Oh.
Stefan, Rusty, we'll take a look around outside and then follow up these leads. Can you get some guys to run down the jacket?
Wow, Cole.
You think Carruthers has called it right?
He rarely gets it wrong.
I don't know. I'm a Galloway. I've met enough girls in my time who can't handle their dope.
So Cole Phelps is the junior to everyone else in here, and he's calling all the shots. However, look at it here.
Mal will be pleased.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
The autopsy will confirm it one way or another.
I think our work is done here.
Yeah, I like how the other detectives, like, they would prefer it if we just didn't even do the tests to see what she died of. They'd prefer if we just, like, went about our day and, you know, went and got some beers. Well, not Bukowski. Bukowski's a good cop. He wants to do the right thing. Be diligent.
Bukowski, Galloway, quite the little reunion in there. Almost brought a tear to my eye.
They're good police.
How would you know? You got promoted so fast you barely had time to learn their names. Let me fill you in. Bukowski's a pushover. Galloway's a drunk.
You could learn a thing or two from both of them.
Please. They couldn't work a vice case if their life depended on it.
I don't see why they'd be any better or worse at it than me.
I noticed you said better. Hubris disguised as humility. Kind of your trademark, don't you think?
Why do you always twist everything? Galloway's got nothing to prove. He's been on homicide for years.
And he's welcome to it. You're a terrier, Phelps, and that's what I need. Not some old bulldog who can't get up a flight of stairs without coughing up his lunch.
Oh, don't be so rough on gut, Rusty guy. He's a good person. He's just a little... He's just kind of jaded and seen it all. Now he's ready to just stop making such a big deal out of everything and just go with the simple answer. And hey, sometimes it is a simple answer. Sometimes it's not a big conspiracy like Cole likes to make it out to be every single time. Alright, let's see what kind of little racket she had going on here.
What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Well, alright then. That's a good way to lay it on her, I guess.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Shall we believe her? Yeah, okay.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look? That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
I wonder where Cole's angle is here. And I don't know what it is, but this This girl looks really familiar to me for some reason. Not just because I've played this mission before, of course, but the first time I played through the game, she looked really familiar, and I'm not sure why.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiance, Henry Arnett.
Okay, that seems honest enough. She has no reason to lie, right?
Henry is your beau. Tell us about him.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
I have a feeling they may have been a little bit more
Are
than
Miss
that.
Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
And once again, I think she just honestly doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
And with that, we found out a little bit more about our dear Miss Swanson, and I'd like to choose my destination if that would be okay with you, Cole. That was weird. The game wouldn't let me pick it. And U-turn.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
Yeah, as long as she was distraught about her friend being dead, she may not have been as able to remember things properly. It happens. You may remember, what case was it? There was another case earlier where there was a prescription filled out by Dr. Stoneman, and I believe this is the same guy from that mission. I'll probably put in the video here what case it was, but we've heard his name, we've seen his name before, even if it wasn't front and center. There's all kinds of things where the cases in this game kind of tie together in some way. It's rather interesting.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
That does seem true. Especially with the rash of celebrities dying from drugs that were prescribed to them by their doctors. Yeah, it's been happening quite a lot. Yep, Stoneman. It's happening quite a lot recently. It's rather depressing.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD. We'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
We take priority, damn it. Your mental health is not valuable.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Oh, never mind. It's just sciatica, not mental health. Okay, whatever.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Ms. Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Yeah, that's a valuable thing. However, I think if a doctor hears from his patient that a crime is about to be committed, they can go ahead and violate that. I'm pretty sure.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
I'm not so sure about this one. Either a doubt or a lie. Let's view our notebook real quick. Oh, great. So, this is a matter of me trying to remember whether the current date is 6 months out from... Wait, yeah. Yeah, it has to be because it was July 46, right?
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
That's the thing I always forget, is that you can always back out of a lie. So if you're in doubt about it, you might as well just go with the lie and see what you accuse them of, and then see if you have evidence for that accusation. Otherwise, you can always just back out and go with doubt instead.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She was jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine?
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
I don't think that actually ethically clears you from wrongdoing there. If you knew she was on downers, you probably should not have been prescribing her those
You
pills.
wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
I think that's untrue, and I think we don't have anything to say he's lying about that, so we can just doubt this one. I'll take the risk.
Benzedrine is addictive, as I'm sure you know, Doctor.
As I warned her, but she was determined. She said she needed it to control her appetite.
Sounds like you knew her pretty well.
I knew the line of work she was involved in.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
And we're going to use your phone on the desk here if you don't mind. Actually, if you do mind, I don't care.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
And thankfully, we now have a new place to go to. Instead of having to stumble around blind, that would have sucked. Why did... I guess he just leaves his stethoscope on his desk to make sure that you know he is for really reals. A for real doctor. He has a stethoscope and everything. I think we can interact with stuff around here. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Probably nothing.
Just random drugs, I guess?
Seems irrelevant.
Deodorant powder. Okay. I guess that is irrelevant. Wow, he got quite a few more patients in here since we've been here. And he left the office for something. Well, alright, bye. I guess you guys are just out of luck. He's not going to see you today. I think I've upset him. Oh, me. At least the elevators in this game don't take forever.
The old boy's lying.
About what?
I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Maybe she was blackmailing him and that was why he was giving her Benzedrine. It's possible. Actually, we'll let, yeah, we'll let Rory drive. Oh my god! What? What? my god, some crazy driver just ran me over. What the hell was that? So, wait a minute. Do I have to do that all over again? No. Okay. They just put me out here like I did. What the hell? Was I that close to the... Was I that far off the curb that... Somebody...
You can drive.
Oh my.
Fine, where are we
Let's try that again, Roy. Maybe this time you'll get run over. You lucky bastard.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide?
There are certain things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
That is unfortunately often true. Not all the time, not all the time, but I know there are some rather loose-lipped doctors and nurses in hospitals that are very willing to tell their friends about weird cases they see. That's a violation of HIPAA, everyone. Don't do that. Somebody in here gonna have a joke for me this time? Oh, I can talk to her. Okay.
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
Well, that was worthwhile. I'm glad that...
See him? Saw his picture in the paper. Worked that case with
Cole,
the lady cut
Roy,
up like the dahlia.
I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
This Cole has a good sense to believe Carruthers when he says something. Carruthers is a rather smart man. And holy shit did his face get screwed up. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how you could tell fingernail scratches and all that damage either, but like I said, Carruthers knows his stuff, so I guess he's got a good idea about this.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Come on now, Roy. Just because you've been made to look like a jackass doesn't mean you have to be all snooty now. Come on.
You're behind
Actually,
the wheel.
All right, where to?
Aren't we here already?
Place.
Yeah. I think, yeah, Roy must think I'm an idiot. Like, Roy, drive me to the police station. Like, Cole? We're kind of at the police station. I don't... What the hell? I couldn't run up the stairs. That was weird.
Arnett is in interview 2, Phelps. Go help him get whatever it is off his chest.
Thank you, sir.
Canary says he'll
Wait,
save
was that?
it, only if I
Did I just run
guarantee
past
you
2? Yeah.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
No, I might be hearing it incorrectly. But it sounds like sometimes people are calling her Julie. And sometimes people are calling her Julia, even though the text says Julia. So, maybe I'm just mishearing things, but I thought that the housekeeper called her Julie at one point too.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
Come clean with us, Arnett. Was Miss Randall your mistress? Is that how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle?
That's a ridiculous allegation. How could you possibly prove that I paid for Julia's things?
That's a good point.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Takes a big man to admit when you're wrong, Cole.
He's asking whether you banged her in a chuck-on-the-shoulder fraternity kind of way.
I'm engaged to be married. It wouldn't be polite.
Answer the question.
This will remain private? Heather won't have to know? Yes. We had relations.
Before or after your engagement?
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Henry, I don't like when people lie to me. She was seeing a man named Henderson. You know who I'm talking about.
Easy on, detective. I may have heard of Henderson, but I don't know his full name. I think he's from New York or someplace back east.
Okay, so I thought it was a doubt because we have no way of knowing that he knows or was lying or anything like that. But apparently what we have to do is call him out on a lie and then show that he thinks the guy's from New York, but the guy said he's from San Francisco. I don't know why that means he's lying. Maybe he just heard wrong. I don't know.
Julia told her cleaning lady that he lived in San Francisco.
Okay, you got me. I don't know where he's from. Julia wanted money. She always wanted money. She thought she could get something from this guy.
She was wearing a distinctive engagement ring. You think she might have convinced him to buy it for her?
Maybe he did, yeah. Maybe he and Julia were getting serious.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
You don't seem completely honest with me. Last time I chose doubt, then ended up backfiring in my face. However, I'm very, very certain we don't have no reason to say that he's lying here. So, let's go. Cross the fingers, everyone.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But, like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
Mouthpiece court strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out.
I wasn't
Some
asking.
kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Very professional, Cole. Very nice. I like it. And as I understand it,
He's in that car at the lights.
as I understand it, people who are in the military really hate someone who fakes being in the military and tells lies about their military record.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Yeah, as I was saying,
Now
Cole
would be
Phelps
a
probably
bad time
doesn't.
to forget how to drive.
Don't worry about me, Earl. I know how to drive still, kind of. Whew. That
I
was close.
expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Yeah, He seems to me like the kind of guy who marries the girl, that's a nice girl, and then he still cheats on her for the rest of her life. It's sad, really. Oh my. Just like escort missions, these are always the best. Not really, no.
Henry?
Careful, we'll get spotted at this distance.
I know, Rory. Calm down, calm down. You're supposed to yield on left turn, dude. Come on now. Don't honk at me. Okay, now I'm supposed to yield, but I'm kind of busy, guys. Can't do it. Okay, that was legitimate. You should have honked at me for that one. I broke the traffic laws. I'm sorry. I can't afford to lose his tail. Yeah, that won't draw any attention at all, will it?
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Yeah, see, Cole's getting pissed. The more he thinks about it, the more he's like, that guy lied. He was not a Marine.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off. Shit. Better drop back, Cole.
Whoa, wait, what? Well, dang. And I have to start from the beginning again. Oh my god.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
What are you doing?
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse?
Let's skip it.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps.
I just started.
I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Yep, and I skipped that and nothing of value was lost. Yep, this door's real interesting. That's an interesting door right there. Oh, another one of these.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
These are always so interesting. I'm so glad that they're here. Oh, hello, gentlemen.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
That's how? Am I supposed to get closer, or am I close enough for him to turn around and see me? Which one is it?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Whatever.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Yeah, you said that before, Cole. And the last time you said that, I got spotted anyway. So how about you shut the hell up?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
You can always see me from there because the little tip of my hat's poking out of some shit.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
You guys tell I hate these missions?
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Shut up. Now we can cross the street, maybe?
What are you doing?
Too much slack. Gotta get
Hoof
closer.
it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
You know what, game? I got a good thing of what I'm gonna do here. Watch, look at this. Does he see me? Does he see me? Does he see me? Does he see? Huh? Huh? Are you sure? Do you see me there? God, just...
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
Well, it was like Mr. Arnett is wants to be quickly out of the
LAPD,
country.
The man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Guess I had to tell you that.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
I don't know what to say, Roar. I didn't know our relationship was at this stage that you would give me something this nice. What does that say? Dearest Beverly, with love and affection, always. Oh my.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
No, we don't, because when they talk on the phone first, I forgot about that. We're just gonna use a payphone? Yep, looks like it.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Someone ought to take him home.
Are there any messages for me?
Loaded.
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to Hollywood Station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks for your help.
So I'm not entirely sure which we should do first. Oops, sorry. Let's go to the police station. Why not?
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
That was quite the colorful metaphor you had there, Roy. Thank you for that.
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you.
Why am I
Here you
doing
go.
this?
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Oh, I see. We have an idea. Yep, it's right here. Whoa.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
And the black
Julia
sapphire
Randall's
ring.
ring. It's here.
Let's see if that, what was it? The last one was a ring with a pearl in it, right? Yep, right here.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Yeah, so Annette's been stealing things. Interesting. Oh, was I not done yet?
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Oh, I missed the pillbox. My mistake.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me.
Where is Galloway and
Quit
Bukowski?
hassling me, detective. Isn't there work you should be doing?
Yeah, but I'm not sure where I'm going. Okay, so I guess the only purpose of being here was to see that item list. I thought we were supposed to talk to
behind
Bukowski
the
and
wheel.
Galloway,
Where are we
but
going?
I guess not. My mistake. But yeah, so apparently all of Arnett's wealth comes from theft. I guess his modeling business is a front.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Yeah, don't shoot me, please.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Now I have my gun out, so I think you can do the thing where the guy has to stop or you shoot. But I'm not getting a clear shot. Oh, there they both go. Whoa, hey now. Oh my god. There's a lot of you. In the crotch. I shot him in the crotch. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. Oh my god. Why are there so many people? Stop or I'll kill you? Yeah, we can. We totally can. I have health bars, you don't. Come on.
Stay in cover.
Do the bars. No problem.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. They nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Yeah, I think that guy would have been in some serious trouble if we didn't show up. That was a lot of people to fight. And when they have his car here for some reason, but our car is over there. Whatever, we'll just take this car. I'll risk the radio. If the radio's on, I'll figure out something.
You can drive.
I can't see. Eavesdrom residence, I guess. Where'd he go? Oh, he was going towards the cop car too. Okay. Interesting.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Don't just say could be. It is. You have no imagination, Rory. You have no insight.
Nice house.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavesdrom in?
But she is. Would you follow me, sir?
I am Mrs. Eavesdrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Yeah, as soon as Cole said they wouldn't take any drinks, Rory immediately looked like, "You son of a bitch! I want a drink."
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
You're being a little bit creative with the truth here. Let me see if the Fabergé cigarette case has a price linked to it.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavesdrom?
Who do you think you are, making heinous accusations in my own home?
Well, some guy who runs a mom and pop, geez, what the hell is the mom and pop pawn shop valued at $10,000? Obviously, he knows what he's talking about.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
Really? And I wonder who her daughter is.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Why do you have to do this to me, man? Why can't you just do what I ask?
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavesdrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Gonna stick the girlfriend on him. That's low, Cole.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Yeah. But she's just trying to defend the guy she's engaged to, which is of course a typical reaction. I wouldn't expect anyone else to do anything less. Man, I have no idea why in the hell they made it such a long drive between these two locations. Nothing happens. There's no dialogue. There's nothing. But this drive has taken me like.
You're paying for every last scratch.
Okay, sure. This drive has already taken like 10 minutes.
Isn't he the cop who won a medal in a South?
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiance really is.
Yep, she'll get to the bottom of this.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
LAPD
Just tell me where he's at.
detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Didn't need your permission. I was going to anyway. I'm guessing 30 is on floor 3.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
A little bit.
Stop! Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case. Go on,
Put
get
your
after
hands
him.
in the air.
Like you just don't care. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. That was awful. I apologize to all of you.
Give it up, LAPD.
Exciting chase. Oh no. I'm gonna do this quickly. This is no good. Ah, lost my hat. That's it. Case over. Can't possibly solve the case without my hat. Oh my god. Okay, let's take this more carefully. He's just hiding around the corner waiting for me to get there. What? No, I was there! Oh! Ragdoll! Not the ragdoll, no.
Don't make me chase you.
Yeah, that's what it was. I jammed the joystick over too far to try and compensate too much. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How'd I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Let's take a look. This briefcase is obviously important.
You told
Yeah, we
Heather
kinda
you're
already knew.
honeymooning without her?
We kind of already knew about that.
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry. A graduation present from my parents.
I doubt it. I have a feeling if we went back to that stolen items list, this watch would be on it. Oh, was that it? Thought maybe we'd find some more stolen property around here. Is that really everything? Huh, okay.
Any ideas?
Get his story. Let's see Henry talk his way out of this with Heather in the room.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective?
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties, and find out where and when, and then have the guests burgled. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
So it's all her fault, huh?
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
But you are running. I mean, you saw... We looked in your... You watched us look in your briefcase. How do you not know?
Have you told Miss Swanson that you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Yeah, you kind of just admitted to paying someone to murder another person. That's kind of illegal. A little bit.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Oh, why would you have to... She just said if you told the truth, that she would be with you, and you went and lied again. Like, I don't know what your problem is, sir.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Okay, and apparently here somehow the contraband list tells you this?
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties, and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Yeah, like, you can try and tell us Stoneman over and over again, but like you were the one that wasn't Julia dead. You admitted it. Sorry, sir. See what I mean about this case being the longest of all? It just keeps going and going and going and going. Not to mention it had...
Can you drive to this one?
2 different
Fine.
tailing sections in the same mission that were really long, and you had to restart them all over again if you screwed up.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
Probably not. He's gonna pester you every time you lose a fight for that. Hopefully the doctor's still in his office. He seemed to have a lot of patients last time we were there, so maybe he's still busy. I'd probably expect him to be home by now.
Time for the doctor to give us something to make this all better.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in.
And by that, we just...
I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry. I want to see no one. Not my wife, or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
God.
Well, I guess you won't be seeing any of them now.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way. We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
And this is the case that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
She was incredibly beautiful.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
Quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
Fair enough. And I don't know, Roy. I think you're.
Thank God I didn't park there.
Nice, Roy. Chuckling about too. Good job. Good job, sir. Oh my God. Yeah, but I think Roy's a bit misjudging of Cole's character here. Cole would never throw away his entire life for a woman.
You know the way. You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
Yeah, we're going to his apartment. We just talked about this, Rory. You got some kind of short-term memory problem, sir.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find a game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
And that explains the harmonica we found. Amazing.
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. We don't want him to bolt on us.
Just follow the sound of the harmonica. Such a sorrowful tune. So sad.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
Why do you have to do that? We could have snuck up on him and everything. Now we gotta chase him. Good job, Roy. I appreciate it. And we go up further and further. Maybe this guy will jump off too. We can only hope. Unfortunately, I don't have a feeling we're not going to be quite that lucky. This staircase you can't just hold up. You do have to actually run. See? You do have to actually push the directions that are accurate to what you want to do. I like how the chase music has a harmonica in it. Is that just because we're chasing this harmonica guy, or does it always have that? I can't remember.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings. There he is. Wait, the son of a bitch.
Man, he takes a lot of shots. I didn't think a wrestler made you bulletproof. Apparently it does.
Son of a bitch really picked a spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Julia had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
Oh man, they have such a dysfunctional relationship. I don't think that's healthy. I caused a lot of vehicle damage, guys. Let's be honest here. I think I may have damaged mine. Yeah, I didn't get 5 stars because of how much vehicle damage I had. Amazing. Oh well. Yeah, Julia Randall left a whirlwind of destruction behind her with all of those men. That is just horrifying, but yeah. I don't know if we'll get a oh.
The whole company is gone, Hank. The Major is dead. We're being overrun. We have to get off of this hill.
That's one of our 50 cows still firing, Cole. The 22nd are still fighting.
It's over, Cole. Looks like you're one of the lucky ones.
Say goodbye to your friend Hank, Jack.
He was your friend too, Cole. Is this how you're going to leave him? Are you wounded?
Not a scratch, Kelso.
Well, get up and get out of that fucking hole! Find a stretcher while you're at it so we can get him out of here.
Who's the senior officer here?
I guess that's you, Cole.
You were up here all night?
Yes, sir.
And your command?
Gone, sir.
Sorry to hear that, son. God damn it, we have beaten these bastards back. It's the beginning of the end, and it was one here. You're a goddamn hero, son. What's your name?
Lieutenant Phelps, sir.
I'm recommending you for the Silver Star, and promoting you to First Lieutenant.
So that kind of gives you a little bit of a insight about why Cole's a little meh about being called a war hero. Because the reason why he's called a war hero is basically just because he was lucky enough to not have died in that explosion, along with his friend, and along with all of the other people in his company. So really, he just ended up being lucky enough to not die horribly. He didn't actually do anything super heroic. Which, you know, I guess that would make any man a little bit reluctant to try to live up to a war hero reputation. Any case, that was the case. A incredibly long case. Holy shit, is it long? For all of you who stuck around to the end, I thank you. And I hope to see you all next time. I think the next case is the last one for advice. And then everything's going to spiral downhill. And you'll see why. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.